Okay, this is the very tiny program to discuss how JavaScript will react to a call to a function with different number of parameters passed to it. And we're going to agree on the terminology, the variables that are going to be associated with the function, I'm going to refer to them as an argument. And the value that I'm going to pass to the function while I'm doing the calling, I'm going to call them parameters. Maybe some other people might disagree with this, but that's basically what I have gathered in reference to distinguishing between a variable, parameters, and argument. If you take a look at Excel, they call the function, the values that is going through the function, they call them arguments. And parameters is the one that you decide to send it to. Of course, before you decide to send those, they could be actually a variable from the real world before you determine what are they. Parameters already predetermined variable. The argument is already received by the function. So when you hear me saying the word parameter, is actually done it through the calling, and the callee function is going to receive an argument. Anyway, this function is going to receive two arguments. It's going to print the first one within as a constant strings for x colon. I'm using a single quotes. It doesn't matter a single quote or double quotes. It does matter when you have one embedded into the other, like when we use style inside a paragraph or span or div. Then you have to really start with the double quotes. It's recommended actually. Then you would do the inner one with a single quote. Alternate if you need more than that. So we have also now the value x that I passed it, plus another constant strings to indicate the value of y, then the y itself. And here you notice that I just did actually with double quotes. I could easily change this to a single quote. It doesn't matter because I'm not relying on something within something else. And I'm going to go ahead and save that change. And also, let's take a look at the other script that is inside the body. I'm calling add methods with no pass parameter whatsoever. I don't see how this is going to react when I do look at the output. And then I'm passing one parameter where it's supposed to be receiving two, and I'm actually sending two exactly how it's supposed to be also receiving two. That was the intention from writing it, but I could pass any number, and we want to be aware of what is really the reaction of the function when we call it. Here I'm passing 3, where it's really intended for 2. I'm passing 4. I could go ahead and add 100. So it's going to probably show you in a second that when you exceed the number of the parameters exceeded the number of the when the number of the parameters exceeded the number of the argument, it's going to ignore everything else. And when the number of the parameters is less than the number of the argument, then it's going to capture that one that is not being sent as undefined. So let's go ahead and see if that is true. For the first time add method with no argument parameter whatsoever, it has to give me to undefined. There we go. And don't be confused by the font. This is not a large font. This is a large view. I pressed hold the control and I hit the plus sign multiple times just to enlarge the view for you. So I didn't really control the size of the font through maybe a style or a font or whatever. Anyway, so you notice here the x and y is both of them are undefined. The y was undefined because I didn't pass it. Of course, they're very good here. Both of them are actually going to be declared. Here, since I sent it 3, but it's supposed to be receiving 2, so if you ignore the third one, here I send 4, but I receive 2, and it got rid of the third and the fourth value. There is no variable really to welcome it when it comes through the function as argument. I hope this has helped. It's not going to be a long program, but it shows you how to really not only pass certain number of parameters, but to see how the function that you're going to call it based on the number of the parameters and the received number of arguments, and how that function is going to receive and take precautions act and how to respond when a person doesn't send enough data. All right. Thank you so much for watching.